Hello everyone! Welcome back to another video. I have my entire physical TBR right here on this cart, and then I have them in piles down here. So what I am going to be doing today is just kind of going through all of these, showing you what I have on here. Hopefully it will motivate me to read some of these and remember like what is on this shelf that is actually living in my closet at the moment. So I don't really see it that much. And hopefully this will just inspire me to get through these. Hi! Because my goal for 2024 is to read all of my physical TBR books before I buy too many new ones. And so far I'm doing good. I have been just reading books that I own. I've already read 7 books this year and it's February, beginning of February. So come on. So I'm doing good and I want to keep that up for the rest of the year. Try not to buy or get too many books. But yeah, so today's video I'm just going to be showing you how many books I have. At the end I'll tell you how many. I'll count them, see how many. And yeah, hopefully this will inspire you to stick to your physical TBR and try to get through them this year. And hopefully it will inspire me instead of just overwhelm me. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, my name is Drew. And if you're new here, I make a lot of reading, writing, book content. So if that's something you would enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. And this is my kitty cat, Mandy. She sometimes joins me in my videos. Okay, so let's get started. So first off, on this stack on the ground here, I have The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. And this is a sequel to the Spanish Love Deception, which I loved. So I can't wait to read this. This is actually on my unofficial February TBR. I hope to finish this by the end of the month. And yeah, this is one I'm really excited for. Next, we have Wildfire. And this is another sequel. This is the Icebreaker series. And this is also on my February TBR. I don't know if I'm posting a vlog before or after this video, but I'm gonna probably be reading these books in that vlog, so you might have already seen it, you might have this coming, but yeah, little spoiler, I'm gonna be reading this one too. Oh, and that's by Hannah Grace. Yeah, these 2 other books I'm also gonna be reading in my reading romance vlog video. This is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, and this is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I want to try to read all of Emily Henry's books by the time her new one releases, which is in April. So I have 2 months to read 2 books. That's pretty good. That's fine. I can do that. I have this and I haven't read Beach Read yet, which I wanted to read on the beach in the summer, but I never got around to it, but it's okay. So yeah, I'll be reading this one and this one too, hopefully in February. So those are just 4 romance books, pretty easy reads. Next, I have a book that I don't really know where I got it. Not new. I just got it because I got it. This is called Hold Tight by Harlan Coben, and this seems like it's a mystery. I'm not really sure. I might DNF it, or it might be really good. Next, we have The Fine Print, which I got for Christmas, and I'm so excited to start. I know a lot of people love this series and Lauren Asher, so I can't wait to start this. Probably read this in March or April if I've read all my other books. Next, we have The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith. And I thought this was very interesting. I saw it at Barnes & Noble, so I just bought it. I like books about libraries and books, so I think this would be really good. Next, we have this 500, 600 page book. And I started this in October, and then I just put it down, put it on pause, started reading other faster books. I'm about 70 pages in, but it's okay. Yeah, I hope to eventually finish this year. I don't really have any immediate plans to read it, but I mean, it's on my shelf. Next is one of my Book of the Month books, and this is called The Bookbinder by Pip Williams. And this is a historical fiction. Sounds like they work in bookbinding, so this should be really good. Okay, that was all the books on the floor. Now we are at the shelf. So I've kind of just organized this by random. It used to have romance, mystery, but no, now it's just kind of random. Books have just been placed randomly. First down here, we have If I Stay, and this is by Gail Foreman, and I'm not really sure what this book is about, but I think it's also a movie. I mean, it looks pretty good. Maybe some accident happened, in the hospital or something. I don't really know. I didn't get rid of this one. I was recently doing like an unhauling because I was like, oh, it seems like it would be good. Okay, then next up here I have book of the month book Dark Corners, and this is like a sequel to Megan Golding's The Night Swim, which I really liked. It follows a podcaster who solves like crime, and yes, this is another one that I keep saying I'm gonna read, but I haven't yet. Next we have Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus, and I've heard so many great things about this book. I think it's like set in 1960s, so this is a little bit of a historical fiction, but yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. I recently actually bought this, even though I wasn't really supposed to buy any more new books this year. I bought this in January. It was the only book I bought in January though, so it's fine. I think what I'm gonna do so that I can still get some new books is like I'm only allowed to buy one new book a month, so that's only 12 books in the year. And I think it's a good goal that I can actually keep instead of just being like no books for the entire year or until I finish all these. But yeah, so that's like a little bit motivation. Like I can read all of these and then I can get like some new books, but I think I can just I'll allow myself one new book a month. Okay, then we have episode 13, and this is one I was gonna read in October in like spooky season, but I'll probably just keep it till this year in October. It's by Craig DeLuey, and it's like an episode of like ghost hunters. It seems really cool and like supernatural. Next we have another book of the month. I am so bad at reading my book of the month. I just like getting them and putting them on my shelves. This one is You Again by Kate Goldbeck, and I'll probably just save this for the fall. Like some of these I kind of want to just keep seasonal, so unless I have nothing else to read, then I'll probably just save this for the fall. Next we have the first Harry Potter book because I want to reread the whole entire series. So okay, this book is called One More Day by Kelly Simons, and I think it's about like a mother and a child and like something happens. I don't know, I think it might be really sad and I might cry, but I think it'll be good. Okay, next we have this little book, and this is Emma by Jane Austen. I am trying to get into reading more classics this year, and this is just one of the classics I have to read, and I think it's going to be really good. Next we have another small book, and this is called Tithe? I'm not really sure, but it's like a modern fairy tale by Holly Black, and I don't know, I'm not that into fairies anymore. I used to be when I was younger, or like fantasy, but I started reading like a page of this or like a chapter a long time ago and I was like hooked, so I think this is gonna be like the exception. Next we have Princess Academy by Shannon Hale, and I read all of Shannon Hale's like graphic novels about her life. She like wrote them about her childhood and stuff, and they are so good. They are just so nostalgic for me. So I saw this book at like thrift store or something, and I was like, oh, I should just get it because, you know, I like read the comic books where she was like a little girl and she's like, I want to be an author. She started writing, so this is actually one of her books that she published. So okay, almost done with this top shelf. Next we have The Raven Boys, which I've been hearing a lot more lately. I got this a really long time ago. This is by Maggie Stiefvater. I don't really know, but this is just like a fantasy book. I've been hearing people like it. So, okay, last book up here is The Maid, and this is just a thriller mystery book by Nita Prose. I think I can get through this really quick, so I'll probably just read this like randomly when I'm in the mood for a thriller. Okay, on to the second shelf. We have A Killing in the Hills. This is by Julia Keller. Another murder mystery, probably. I will eventually get to this. Some of these like I don't have plans on to read very soon, but I still want to read them this year. Next we have She's Gone by David Bell, and I've had this for a really long time and I can't believe I haven't gotten to it yet because it seems like it's gonna be really good. And it's like about the 17-year-old, this is on the back, it's not spoiling, Hunter who wakes up like from the hospital to learn that his girlfriend has a car accident. So it's like something like that, and I read a book similar to this storyline, but it was like a little different a long time ago and I loved it. So I was like, oh, this is like similar to that. Next we have The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. I need to get to this, like I actually do, because I've been seeing everyone read it. My friend was like, you have to read this now. So yeah, maybe I'll read this. I don't know. I know it's gonna make me cry, so I'm kind of been putting it off, but maybe I'll read it in March or April. Next, we have Beach Read by Emily Henry. I guess I'll be reading this in March or in April before her new book comes out. I kind of wanted to read it on the beach, so I might just save it for that. I don't really know. Next, we have a book that I apparently started and got to page 5 on a long time ago. I don't remember that. This is called What We All Long For by Dion Brand, and I'm not really even sure what it's about. I think it's just like a fiction, maybe coming of age, maybe, yeah, like family secrets. It says like 1970s, maybe like a little mystery. I don't know if it's gonna be good. Next, we have this book where I have no clue, like, actually where it came from. It's called Kiss Me First by Lottie Maggot, and no, it might be a mystery, it might be a romance, might be both. Next, we have Kitty by Lena Kennedy, and this is, like, I feel like it's like a historical fiction, maybe a little bit romance, but I think it can either be a hit or miss. Like, all these old books, I feel like they're super good or they're just boring. Okay, next book is The Widow's Secret by Laura Brody, and I don't know if this is gonna be good because I feel like she's more like not really my age, because I mean she's like a widow now, so her husband has died. She's like a middle-aged woman or something. I don't know if I'm gonna really relate to this book and enjoy it, but I still want to give it a try. Next, we have Diaries of Women, and this includes a bunch of diaries from like women in history who have written diaries, including Anne Frank, which I've already read, but it has Lisa May Alcott, Marjorie Fleming, Anne Frank, Virginia Woolf. Like, these are probably gonna be really good. I can't wait to like read this. I feel like I'm not gonna read it all like full through, but I might just like look up a name and then I'll be like, oh, I'll read about her today, and I'll just read that. Next, we have The French Girl by Lexi Elliott, and this just looks so interesting. Like, I feel like they're like in university in France, and then, you know, we have the French girl, and it's probably just super good. Okay, last two on the second shelf, I have The Odyssey by Homer, and I also want to read the Iliad. I think I read like an abridged like kid version of the Odyssey before when I was in like grade school, but I don't really remember anything that happened, so I just want to read it again. Also, into classics too. And then this is The Secrets of Mary Bowser by Lois Levine, and I think this is gonna be really good. And also the pages are so cool. Like, they're look like they're like torn out of something. And yeah, I'll eventually get to this. Okay, onto the bottom shelf. These are so many books. First up, I have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. And again, I like books with libraries and books in them, so that's why I wanted this book. Then I have The Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver, and my mom, this is actually her book, she recommended this to me, so I put it on my bookshelf. I haven't gotten to it yet. It was like a year ago, honestly. I've heard good things about it, and she really highly recommended it. Okay, next I have this really thick Frida McFadden book. This is called Suicide Med, and this is like the last one of hers that I own that I haven't read. Probably not going to get any of her other books besides like The Housemaid Secret and all that, just because I feel like I'm not really that into them anymore. I think I've talked about this on my channel before, but yeah, I still just gotta read this one. And I'm sure it'll go by fast, even though it's like 500 pages. Okay, next we have the #1 Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith, and this seems just like a really short, just mystery book with women detectives, and this is also like part of the series, so I might want to read the rest of the series. Next, we have a Tana French book, and this is called The Witch Elm, and her books are, it's a lot. Like, the writing is small, there's so many pages, it usually takes me more than a month to get through them, so I kind of space her books out within the years, so that's just why I haven't gotten to this one yet. I have another Tana French book here. This is called The Secret Place. Same thing as the last one. I just need to get to these, but I really love the ones I've read. So okay, next book is a small one. It is called The Devil in Connecticut. This is horror. This is scary. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read this at night or even read it at all because it might be too scary. Yeah, it looks like it's like real because there's like pictures in here. So if it's a real story, then... But yeah, it's by Gerald Brittle, and he also wrote the demonologist, so lots of like demon possession exorcist stuff. I don't know if I can do this. Next we have this kind of funny book cover. It's called Exile's End by Rachel Lee. I don't know, it looks like someone like a stalker, and there's like a mystery and possibly romance because of the cover. Okay, last two books down here. I have Lisa Jewell, None of This Is True, and this is also a book of the month book. This is like a mystery book. That's all I have to say about this. This is not like a priority to read really soon. And last book is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. And this cover and this edition is so pretty. It also comes with a bookmarker inside, which I love, because I love when like journals and notebooks and books have these like bookmarkers. Like, can we bring these back for every single book, every single hardback? Because these are really handy when you don't have a bookmark nearby. But yeah, this is like such a pretty cover. The way it's like spaced out too, I think it's gonna be really good, really cool. I've heard a lot of great things about Wuthering Heights. Okay, so that was every single book on my physical TBR. And now I have more on Goodreads and like lists on my phone that I want to read, but I don't own them, so I can't prioritize them. But yeah, this cart is empty now. It's kind of like falling apart. It's like plastic, but it's okay. So yeah, now I'm gonna count how many and I will come back with the answer. Wow, so I counted all of them and put them all back kind of by like height order and how big they were on the shelf. But I have 44 unread books in my library. I mean, it could be worse. Like, I've seen some bigger TBRs. Some people have like hundreds, but some people also only have one row of these, or they have like 2 or 1 or 0. I think in an ideal world where I didn't buy new books faster than I read them, I would want to have just one of these little shelves. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's like 10 to 15 books up here, and then like possibly another row, but not another row down here plus books on the floor. Like, that's just too much. So, I mean, it's not that bad, but it could be better, and I'm working on that. That's my goal. So, anyways, I hope you all like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below how many unread books you have on your physical TBR, or if it's a goal to prioritize them this year. I know I definitely am motivated now to read these. It actually helped. So, anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!